Come clean my bathroom with me today. This is what it looks like before. Not super dirty at all, but it's definitely time to get it clean. This is the first time I'm cleaning this bathroom since I moved in, and it's the bathroom that I mostly use and have all my stuff in. As you can see, it's pretty cluttered. There's a lot of stuff here, a lot of things going on. So we're going to try to get this a little bit more organized and just looking a little bit better. So we are jumping right in with the toilet. The worst bathroom cleaning job in my opinion, just because it's so gross. But I don't have my little Clorox pad things here. I decided to put those in storage, so I'm just using the brush and the bowl cleaner. So I put that in. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. Just putting my camera up a little higher so you can see. And then I also sprayed down the countertop, and then the mirror. I like to let my toilet bowl cleaner sit for a little bit and just get any stains off if there's anything like that going on. And I'm trying to reorganize this a little bit because I have put things back or put things where I think they should go, but I don't feel like it's working very well for me. It looks just really disorganized and super cluttered, and I don't like that, and I know that my mom doesn't like that either, and that's, the person that cleans here too, and it's her house, so I'm trying to remember that and make things look a little bit better. As you can see, we finished the toilet and we are moving on to the sink. So I sprayed that down, and then I just like to use a sponge with the water and just kind of get it sudsed up and just make sure it is nice and clean. At my old apartment, I would take a Clorox wipe kind of on top of that and wipe it down. But here I'm just going to use the sponge and then just kind of make sure it's clean. This obviously doesn't have as much counter space, so I feel like it doesn't get as dirty as mine did, because mine was much larger. It was the sink in the middle, and then the two sides were pretty good amounts of countertop space. So yeah, now I'm gonna move on to the shower. I have to get everything out, and I just have so many hair products, mostly, you guys. I just can't believe how much I have accumulated. And so one of my goals for 2026, especially these first few months, is to just not buy any more products. And I'm already sad to say I did buy a little perfume spray that I didn't have with one of the Bum Bum cream lotions, which I have a lot of those, and I was I really don't need this, and I probably should have skipped out on it and not bought it and wasted the money, because like I said, I'm trying to use up the things that I have, whether it's hair products, lotion, perfume, whatever it is, toothpaste, contact solution. I am just really bad about forgetting that I already have something, whether it's the toothpaste, the contact solution. I mean, I do it in my kitchen too. I'm just terrible at like overbuying things, thinking that I needed it and I didn't. So I'm really trying to work on being better. That's one of my goals for this year. So we are using up the things that we have or just getting rid of them. But I feel like most of the things that I have, I am like actively using for the most part, at least the things that I have here. I probably put some stuff in storage that could have maybe been thrown away, but I kind of will cross that when I get to it. But anyway, that is a huge goal for me, is just because of overconsumption and the amount of things that I have, really trying to just downsize, especially being not in my own space. I feel like I just have so much stuff and I didn't realize it. So I'm also really sorry about this camera angle. I was going so fast and trying to get this done so quickly that I forgot to turn it. There's a better angle. But I just cleaned everything out of this shelf. So there's like a top area that you can use as like a little bit of shelving. So I cleaned that off. And then there's 2 shelves in this like compartment over the toilet shelf type thing. So I cleaned those off. And then there's that other shelf right above the toilet, cleaning that off, trying not to put as much on that just because it's like out in the open and people can see all of that. So, and then I'm going back. I sprayed the shower after I took everything out, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean. For this too, I just take the sponge with the soap that's already in there and just wipe it down, trying to get in between the grout. I'd really like a scrubber to do this job, but when I was in my apartment, I just never thought to buy one, but this would be really nice for the door here and just to like reach in. I usually would step in, but I had already showered that night, so it was wet and I didn't want to get my socks and slippers wet. So that's why I'm just kind of reaching really far. And that's also why I have my pajamas on, is because I already showered, but I needed to get this done. So I just did it late at night, probably like about 9 o'clock, 8:39, and I think I was done about 10. So it didn't take me too long. It's a really small bathroom. It's not really a big job, but it does need to be done, and probably more often than I would like to. I'm trying to have a goal of doing it like every other week. Maybe not the shower, but definitely the toilet and the sink areas. Right, so here is what I have done so far. There's a toilet that's nice and clean, as you can see with the colored water. I cleaned these out, so I'm going to work on putting those back together. And then I also, that's everything that was in the over the toilet storage. And then I also organized all of my like products up there, mostly like hair products. This is what the shower looks like when it's all clean. It wasn't super dirty to begin with, but it just feels so much nicer when it's clean. At least that's my opinion. I really enjoy clean spaces. So now we're going to move on and get everything put back and just organize it a little bit better up here. And I did kind of want to talk about goals for 2026. If anyone has any goals that they are thinking about doing. I think last year, I can't remember if it was 24 or 25, I did like a video of the goals that I had. And this year, I'm not taking it like super seriously, I guess. I do have like some just general goals in mind, like moving into my house is definitely a goal for this year. Obviously, saving money is always a good thing. I don't have like a specific amount. I think I did last year, the year before, but I don't have like a very specific amount of money that I'm really aiming to spend. But And then I also, this year, I'm trying to think of a parenting goal, like just to be a better, more active parent. And honestly, the biggest thing I feel like I struggle with is like trying to include my daughter in the things that I'm doing, like chore wise. So I'm kind of excited for us to be back in our own home because I really want to incorporate her in like cooking, cleaning, just being a part of doing the things that you have to do to keep up a household. So I'm hoping that will get a little bit better. But then also parenting, just trying to be more present. My daughter absolutely loves her iPad, and that's like the first thing she asks for when she wakes up, which I feel like is not a good thing at all. So I'm trying to work on that and like finding other activities that we can do. But I just feel like it's so hard because I need her to be occupied sometimes when I'm doing the dishes or cooking or cleaning or, just wanting some downtime for myself. But I just don't want her to watch that. But she doesn't play by herself just because it's just her. And she's like, mommy, mommy, like wanting me to play with her, which I love that. But it's just not always super realistic when there's just so much other things to do. And like, she goes to bed and there's just like a 2-hour window every night for me to get things done. And so I feel like that's just not enough time to get everything done that needs to be done during the day. Anyway, that was a long spiel, but I'm cleaning out this upper cabinet. As you can see, this is where I keep like my makeup, a little bit of skincare, my makeup brushes, obviously. And then I thought I had cleaned that shelf above, but honestly now I'm not sure. I can't really remember. But anyway, just getting this organized. Like I said, there's a lot. It's very cluttered, but we're just kind of doing the best that we can with what we have. Okay, so I did clean that shelf already. So makes me feel better about things. So now I'm just going to put back all of the products that I have, my body wash, shampoo. I have a couple different shampoos. So I have I think it's Frizz Dismiss. That's what the red stuff is from Redken. I like that for the most part. And then I do like purple shampoo for my blonde. And then I also have it's like Scalp Revival. It's by Brioche. No, I don't. I think it's like Briogae. I'm not sure exactly, but I just wanted something that would help get my very very oily hair feeling clean. So anyway, here is everything when it's all done. So these I cleaned the last time and they still look pretty good. So I just left them alone. So I just did the toilet, just showing that again. These shelves, which look so much better. I feel like so much neater. I felt really good about those. That's the top shelf. And then over here, the sink, there again, I feel like looks so much better and nice and clean. These cabinets, 100 times better. A little bit cluttered, same with the upper shelf, but you know what? It just kind of is what it is right now. And then this is the shower. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you sticking around, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.